So
You as
beautiful. My
well.
tall friend.
Thank you. Okay, we're here celebrating art today.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, over the past year,
Okay.
what piece of media, like film,
Fun
oh my
screen.
god, film, TV, music, what piece of media has made you the most hopeful for the future?
Ooh, that's a good question. I was obsessed with Amelia Perez. I really, really, I love musicals. I'm a theater queen. So I think it made me really excited about the way that we tell stories in musicals. And I think that music is such a beautiful way to evoke feeling and experience. And I know that there are like parts of that movie that have gone viral on the internet that kind of don't make any sense. But I think in context for me, I was really moved overall by the performance, and I'm like really rooting for Zoe Saldana. I love her so much. I'm so excited for
Very
her.
innovative, and
Uh-huh.
she's in the lead right now. So we'll
She is in the
see.
lead. She's holding it down. So.
Yeah, what have you loved about like her campaign so far, like the speeches and stuff?
I think she's so elegant, and I think that she is. I really appreciate someone who's like trained, kind of like a Renaissance woman. Like she's a ballet girly, she's a musician, she paints. She's like this very creative powerhouse. And my Zoe Saldana story is when I was 18 years old, and I was on a graduation trip in Paris, France, and getting back on the plane to come back to America from Paris. Zoe was on the flight, and she had this like fabulous carry-on suitcase, and I saw her get on with her children, and I was like, that is the picture of someone who is like a famous person that you see and you go like, wow, she's so chic and beautiful. And I was very young and impressionable, and so she made such a huge impression on me. I think about how classy I thought she looked and how she held herself, and maybe that's all that ballet training.
A fabulous moment for you. I love it. And then this has been kind of a dark year in many ways. I wanted to ask, like, what's one way recently that you've practiced self-care for yourself?
Speaking of ballet, that's a great question because practicing self-care is very important in times like these. I have been taking beginner's ballet class because I grew up not taking dance class because I'm very big, I'm 6'2". I know you relate. I know you feel it. And dance can be a really exclusionary space for people who are bigger bodied. And so when I was a kid, I felt really, really uncomfortable taking ballet, and I had a ballet teacher say some stuff to me that kind of made me go, cool, this is not for me and I don't belong here. And that sucks, you know? I don't want to be held back by something that some lady said to me when I was 15. So I started taking beginner's ballet class, and it has been very like healing and gives me so much. I think it's sometimes when you do those things that you have talked about doing for yourself for your whole life, and you never do because you're like, well, why would I do it? And then you finally do it. You're like proud of yourself in a new way. And so it's really feeding me and making me feel like I'm working towards a goal, even if it's very, very slow and steady.
Oh my god, no, that's amazing. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Nice
time
to
in
meet you.
there.
Thank
Nice to meet
you.
you.